The Deadpool 3 trailer was recently dropped by Marvel, or Deadpool and Wolverine if you want to call it by its actual name, because we all know how talented the people at Disney are at coming up with clever and eye-catching titles. And many are quick to call this movie, the must-needed breath of fresh air that the MCU has been looking for. And I can't say that I entirely disagree, just considering how well received the first two Deadpool movies were by audiences, and because Ryan Reynolds himself is a writer and producer on the project. So it gives fans at least some hope that unlike every other MCU project in the past few years, outside of, a few exceptions, this movie won't be prioritizing,
other things
over telling an actual story that fans can sit back and enjoy for a couple of hours. And yeah, by the looks of it, this movie might actually be a decent time. Ryan Reynolds is having fun, there's actual blood and gore involved, which you just won't see in any fucking other MCU project. And fuck it, through some multiverse BS that they've conjured up, that still just makes no sense, but whatever, Wolverine's back too. But I think for a lot of people, it's easy to get your hopes up and conclude from a quick 2-minute trailer alone that this film's going to reinvigorate the MCU and provide, like a much needed story to get the universe back on its feet. Because yeah, while I'm pretty confident that this film will be one of the highlight projects of the post-Endgame era, where all it really takes to make an above-average film is just to not try and self-insert who you wish you were into every supposed protagonist. I think it's pretty clear that ultimately the film, like the other well-received projects in Phase 4 and 5, will just be an exception that's, fun and enjoyable on its own, rather than being like a well-contributing and meaningful project that adds to any of the world or storyboarding that's still fucking left in the universe that ultimately is dead. Because I don't know about you, but at this point I'm so detached from everything that the MCU does and Disney does. I just don't care about any project anymore, and I don't give a fuck about what this means for the future or any of the Avengers films, because unlike the Infinity Saga, no project in this universe anymore feels like it has anything interesting to say or any new concepts to explore beyond just a fucking repeated formula that's so rinsed and overused to the point where South Park had to make an entire episode on the entire fucking controversy, which is surprisingly more accurate than Disney could ever fucking admit.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
And I think like most of you watching this video, I clocked out of the MCU a long fucking time ago because despite being nearly, 4 years into the post-Endgame era of Marvel, I still don't have a fucking clue what this ultimately leads to, and it's not helped by the fact that the main villain, who, by the way, has already died twice in the most anticlimactic ways possible, has been charged in real life for physical assault. And now we're only 2 years away from the next Avengers film, and the remaining slate of films leading up to it look about as exciting and innovative as Chris Stuckman's take on literally every movie ever. But back to Deadpool, and with the character now being in the MCU, I can still imagine that despite this, the movie could actually do very well compared to what a lot of people might expect. Because the thing is, you've got a few demographics here that you're targeting for this movie. You've got the Deadpool fans who don't care about the universe, the MCU, and just like Deadpool alone. You've got what's left of the MCU fans who still thought that Beast's cameo in the Marvels was actually like something worth caring about. And you've got the casual viewer who saw Deadpool back in 2016, thought it was fun and a good time, and who hasn't really been to the cinema for a good few years now because, well, why would you want to? And this might just be the film that gets them back on their cinematic feet. All in all, this movie has actually a pretty solid chance of being a pretty big hit this year, and considering that it's the only big budget superhero project to come out this year, it has no competition to, limit its chances. But, not that competition means much in this genre of film nowadays, but So what are your thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine? Do you think it has the potential to be a big box office hit? Do you even care about this movie? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I won't force you though, of course. And I will see you in the next video, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'll see you then.